Hello everyone, good day for all. Welcome back to yet another episode of Ayush Samveda, a smart way to Ayurveda. I am Dr. Kavya Vasudev and you are watching series on Padartha Vijnana. Please subscribe to my channel and enable the bell button for continuous updates in Samhita. In the last videos, we discussed the properties of Panchamahabhuta and Panchamahabhuta Utpatti. If you have not watched those videos, please click the I button to access them. Moving with the properties of individual Mahabhutas. Moving with first Prithvi Mahabhuta. The various synonyms of Prithvi Mahabhutas are Bhumi because it produces vegetation, and Dharini because of its supporting nature, Kshiti because it does not have the destruction, and Prithvi because of its Gurutva or heaviness. Bhumi, Dharini, Kshiti and Prithvi are the various synonyms. Prithvi Bhuta, Tatra Gandhavati Prithvi. Prithvi Mahabhuta is having the most predominant or Vishesha Guna, that is Gandha. So that which is having Gandha property, that is Gandhavati, is called as Prithvi. Tamo Bahula Prithvi. Prithvi Mahabhuta is having the predominance of tamas, that is all the Mahabhutas are having the predominance of three gunas. Among that, Prithvi Mahabhuta is most predominant of tama guna. So Tamo Bahula Prithvi. Rupa Rasa Gandha Sparshavati Prithvi. And also Prithvi is having the Vishesha Guna Gandha. Other than that, all the other gunas which are present in Prithvi Mahabhuta are Rupa, Rasa, Gandha and Sparsha. So all these gunas are present in Prithvi Mahabhuta. So that which is having the Rupa, Rasa and Gandha and Sparsha properties, that particular object is called as Prithvi. So Tatra Gandhavadi Prithvi, that object which is having the most predominant property as Gandha, that is called as Prithvi, or that which is having that smell or Gandha, that is called as Prithvi. And Tamo Bahula Prithvi, that which is having predominance of Tamo Guna, that is called as Prithvi. And also the substance or the object which is having the properties such as Rupa, Rasa, Gandha and Sparsha, that is also called as Prithvi. Prithvi Bhuta Bheda. The classification or types of Prithvi. Sa Dvidha Nitya Anitya Cha. Basically, the Prithvi Mahabhuta is classified into two types, that is Nitya and Anitya. Nitya means which is eternal, and Anitya means which is not eternal, which can get destroyed, that is called as Anitya. So the Prithvi Bhuta or Mahabhuta is basically classified into two, that is Nitya and Anitya. Nitya Paramanu Rupa, Anitya Karya Rupa. So this Nitya, that is which is eternal, which does not get destroyed, is the Paramanu Rupa. Paramanu means it is the Tanmatra or it is the smallest unit. So the Paramanu Rupa or the Tanmatra, that is Pancha Tanmatras are considered to be the Nitya Rupa. So Prithvi Bhuta, when it is in Paramanu Rupa, then it is considered to be Nitya, that is eternal, or they don't have the destruction. Anitya Karya Rupa, and when it becomes the Karya, that is Prithvi Mahabhuta is produced, then it becomes Anitya, that is it is destroyable. That is all the substances which we are seeing as Prithvi Mahabhuta predominant, they are getting destroyed, or they will once they will get destroyed. So such Karya, that is which has been formed, Tanmatras are the Karana and this Mahabhutas are the Karyas. So when it becomes the Karya or when it is being getting produced, it will destroy once. So that Anitya Rupa is or Anitya Bheda is considered to be Karya Rupa. So basically two classification, Nitya and Anitya. Nitya is Paraman Rupa and Anitya is Karya Rupa. Punastrividha Sharirendriya Vishaya Bhetat, and this Anitya can be classified into three again, that is Sharira, Indriya and Vishaya Bheda. Sharira Masmadadina. That is, the Sharira refers to all the body of the living beings or all the other things which are like Asmat Adina, like our body or other living organisms body. Such bodies we can consider as the Sharira. So different examples related to these three types are being told, that is Sharira, Indriya and Vishya. So the Parthiva or Prithvi Mahabhuta predominant Sharira we can see in the Sharira of the people or the living beings we can consider as the Prithvi Mahabhuta predominant Sharira. Indriyam Gandhagrahagam Ghranam Nasagravarti. Indriya, which is predominant or having the Prithvi Mahabhuta or which perceives the Prithvi Mahabhuta is Ghrana. That is, the nose will be perceiving the Gantha, that is Gantha Grahagam. Prithvi Mahabhuta is having the Gantha Guna. Mahabhuta, the word Mahabhuta refers to which can be grasped by the Bahirindriya. So this is called as Bhuta, and as it is present everywhere, this is called as Mahabhuta. So the Vishesha Guna of Prithvi Mahabhuta is Gantha, and this Gantha is being perceived by the Indriya through the Ghanendriya, and this Indriyartha or Indriya is present in the Nasagra Varti, that is the tip of the nose, or in the nose this Indriya which is responsible for perceiving the Gantha Guna is present. So Indriyam Gantha Grahagam Granam Nasagra Varti. Vishayo Mrit Pashanadi. Vishaya means the substances through which we can identify this Prithvi Mahabhuta or the other Bhutas which we can identify, or the examples or the other things with from which we can understand the Bhuta. So Mrit and Pashana, that is mud or the stone, etc. are considered to be the examples or Vishayas of Prithvi. We can understand or we can perceive the Prithvi Bhuta through these Vishayas. That is, Indriyas are having Vishayas. These Vishayas, from this Vishaya, Indriya will be perceiving the Jnana. So Indriya and Indriyartha will be getting the knowledge, or it will be perceiving the knowledge or Jnana from the Vishaya. So the Vishaya is Mrit Pashanadi. That is Mrit Pashana, etc. The mud, stone, such things are considered to be predominant of Prithvi Mahabhuta. So the Prithvi Mahabhuta is of two types, Nitya and Anitya, and this Anitya can be again classified into three, that is Sharira, Indriya and Vishaya. Sharira can be considered as the Sharira of all the organisms. Then Indriya, which is Ghanendriya and which is present in the Nasagravarti, and its function is Gantha Grahaka, and Vishaya is Mrit Pashana, etc. Prithvi Guna. The properties of Prithvi Mahabhuta. Vaisheshika Darshana has told about 14 gunas for Prithvi Mahabhuta. They are Rupa, Rasa, Gantha, Sparsha. That is, all the Vishesha Guna of all the Mahabhutas are present for Prithvi Guna or Prithvi Mahabhuta. That is, as per Uttarottara Anupravesha, the Prithvi Mahabhuta is last produced, and the Prithvi Mahabhuta is having all the properties. So, Rupa, Rasa, Gantha and Sparsha are present in Prithvi Mahabhuta. Then Sankhya, that is the number, or the Prithvi Mahabhuta can be numbered, or the substances which is having predominance of Prithvi Mahabhuta can be counted, or it can be numbered. Parimana, the measurement. Prithakva, which can be separated based on the individual properties. Samyoga and Vibhaga, the combination and separation. Paratva and Aparatva, the superior properties is Paratva and inferior properties is Aparatva. So based on the combination or comparing two or more things, the substances which are having predominance of Prithvi Mahabhuta can be compared. We can consider certain things as superior quality and certain things as inferior quality. So Paratva and Aparatva properties are there for Prithvi Guna, and Dravatva, that is it can movable, and Samskara, that is it can undergo the transformations, and Gurutva, that is heaviness is present. So these are the 14 gunas which are told by Vaisheshika Darshana for Prithvi Mahabhuta, that is Rupa, Rasa, Gantha, Sparsha, Sankhya, Parimana, Prithakva, Samyoga, Vibhaga, Paratva, Aparatva, Dravatva, Samskara and Gurutva. Parthiva Dravya. The Dravyas which are having the predominance of Prithvi Mahabhuta. What are the properties which such Dravyas are possessing, and what does or what functions does it in the body? That is being told. तत्र द्रव्याणि गुरु खर कठिन मंद स्थिर विशद सांद्र स्थूल गंधगुण बहुलानि पार्थिवानि तानि उपचय संघात गौरव स्थैर्यकराणि. So the dravyas or the substances which are having the properties such as guru, that is heaviness, khara, which is very rough, kathina, very hard, manta, very slow in movement, sthira, that is stable, vishada, very clear, sandra, which is turbid or very heavy in nature, sthula, that is gross in nature or big in size, and gandha guna bahula, and more predominance of gandha guna or having the smell. Such dravyas are considered to be predominant of parthiva mahabhuta or prithvi mahabhuta, and such dravyas are called as parthiva dravya. So the parthiva dravya gunas are guru, khara, kathina, manda, sthira, vishada, sandra, sthula, and gandha guna, and they does the functions such as tani upachaya. Upachaya means the nourishment or the growth of the body will be attained. Sanghada, sanghada means a combination or it forms a mass. So the proper combination or the proper structure of the body will be produced. Gaurava, that is gurutva or heaviness of the body or weight of the body, and sthairyakara. Sthairyakara means the strength of the body will be achieved. So parthiva dravyas will be giving. If we are consuming the dravyas which are having more predominance of parthiva dravya, or the body parts which are having this prithvi mahabhuta gunas are said to be having the properties such as guru, khara, kathina, manda, sthira, vishada, sandra, sthula, and gandha guna, and it will achieve upachaya, sanghada, gaurava, and sthairyakara. The same thing has been mentioned in Sushruta Samhita. Tatra sthula, sandra, manda, sthira, guru, kathina, gandha bahulam, ishat kashayam, prayasho madhuram idi parthivam. The dravyas or the substances which are having the predominance of prithvi mahabhuta are having Ishat Kashaya, that is a little bit of a slightly Kashaya rasa will be present. Prayasho Madhuram, and heavily it will be, or mostly the most predominantly Madhura rasa will be present. So other properties such as Stula, Sandra, Manda, Sthira, Guru, Kathina, and Gandha Bahula are there. Along with that, the rasa which is predominant is Madhura rasa, and also little bit of Kashaya rasa will also be present in the dravya which is having the predominance of Prithvi Mahabhuta. So the guna of Prithvi Mahabhuta are Guru, Khara, Kathina, Manda, Sthira, Vishada, Sandra, Sthula, and Gandha Guna Bahula. And the karma which is being done by this Parthiva Dravyas are Upachaya, Sanghada, Gaurava, and Sthairyakara. And the rasa which is present in this Parthiva Dravyas are Ishat Kashaya and Madhura Prayasha. Parthiva Sharira Avayava. In the sharira or in the body, what all substances or what all parts are being predominant of this Parthiva or Prithvi Mahabhuta. Yet tatra yad visheshatah sthulam sthiram murtimad guru khara kathinamangam nakha asti danda mamsa charma varcha kesha shmashru loma kandaradi tad parthivam gandho ghranam cha. So again the areas or the parts which are having the properties such as sthula, sthira, murtimat. Murtimat which means we can measure that, or we can there is a particular size or shape which we can measure, that is called as murtimat. And guru, khara, kathinam, angam, the anga or the parts which are having these properties, that is the body parts which are having sthula, sthira, murtimat, guru, khara, and kathina property. Such parts are considered to be predominant of Prithvi Mahabhuta. And for example, nakha, that is nails, asthi, bone, danda, then teeth, mamsa, the fleshy part or the muscles, charma, the skin, varcha, that is fecal matter, kesha and shmashru, that is the hairs and hair follicles, small hairs, shmashru, the mustache, loma, that is again the small hair on the body, Kandaradi, that is the ligaments. Such all body parts are considered to be Parthiva Aveva, or they are predominant of Prithvi Mahabhuta. So such other body parts can also be considered to be Parthiva Sharira Aveva. So Parthivastu Gandho Gandhendriyam Sarvamurta Samuho Gurudacheti, and also Gandha and Krana, that is the substances which we can perceive by Gandha, and also Krana which perceives this Gandha, that particular organ is Krana. So this nose, that is Krana, is also considered, or Gandha Indriya, the Indriya which perceives this Gandha is considered to be Parthiva Aveva. So the Sharira Aveva, or the Anga which is having the properties such as Sthula, Sthira, Murtiman, Guru, Khara, Kathina are considered to be Parthiva. And for example, Nakha, Asti, Danda, Mamsa, Charma, Varcha, Kesha, Shmashru, Loma and Kantara etc. are considered to be Parthiva Sharira Aveva. And also the Krana or Gandha Indriya is also, that is Kranendriya, is also considered to be Parthiva Aveva. And Sarva Murta Samuha, that is whichever parts in the body which we can consider for enumeration, or which we can count, or which we can measure, that we can consider as Parthiva Aveva. And also Guruta, which all parts of the body are having Gurutva, or weight or heaviness of the part is there, such all Avevas or Angas we can consider as Parthiva Sharira Aveva. So Parthiva Sharira Aveva, which is having the properties such as Sthula, Sthira, Murti, Guru, Khara and Kathina. For example, Nakha, Asti, Danda, Mamsa, Charma, Varcha, Kesha, Shmashru, Loma, Kandara, etc. Gandha Indriya or Kranendriya is considered to be Parthiva Sharira Aveva, and all the parts which are having Sarvamurta Samuha, that is which can be measured, and also having the Guruta or Guru property, such all Avevas can be considered as Parthiva Sharira. Thus we completed the details of Prithvi Mahabhuta, and will be continuing with the other Mahabhutas in the upcoming videos. For more updates on Samhita, make sure you subscribe the channel. Thank you. See you in the next video. Till then, bye.